I need quiet to sit real quick for
you should say something.
You can see me on there? I'm too far on?
Nah, you on it.
Okay. Alright.
Nigga look like you want to say some shit.
Quiet on set.
I was gonna let you finish your combo first.
Hey.
I was gonna let you finish, but
Oh shit! Since you already quiet.
That's how it supposed to be.
All right, welcome to the Grind Infotainment. I am your host, Suge Diddy. In the house, I got with me Contakz. What's happening with you, boss?
What's good with you, homie?
Man, so battle rapper.
Man, it's more like a what can I do type thing.
What can you do? So let me ask this real quick.
Alright.
Well, no, before we get started, let the people know where to find you at.
Alright, so y'all can find me basically everywhere. Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. Hell, I got shit on TikTok at this point. And it's at Contakz, Contakz on everything.
Most definitely. Now, how long you been rapping?
Been rapping seriously for about, it'll be 10 years this year, because I actually did like my first, started seriously doing songs my senior year of high school. But really it's been more off and on for about, since my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So about 14, 15 years.
Okay, cool. So now how long you been battle rapping?
I think this makes my second year, or no, this would be my third year. Yeah, this is the start of third year.
Now, you've been battle rapping longer than that.
Yeah.
So, when you started battle rapping, under what format were you battle rapping?
I started out online Facebook groups. Shout out to Bars, Battle League, Gold Mike, Spit Your Bars, all that. They the ones who basically, gave me that first taste of actually doing battle rap.
Okay. Now, as far as battle rapping on stage, in the room, in front of people, when did you start doing that, and where did you start out at?
I actually started 3 years ago at Mike Fights here in Fayetteville.
Shout out to Mike Fights.
Shout out to Mike Fights. I battled Personal. It was a 1-round battle. He ended up going first, and then I shook the fucking room. Well, nobody expected Nerd to come with some shit like that.
Okay. Now, you say you're the Nerd Bar King.
Yes.
And, break down what nerd bars are for the people that don't know.
All right, so basically, really anything could be considered a nerd bar. If it's something you dive really deep into, like you got movie nerds, comic book nerds, video game nerds. I'm more of a all-round type nerd. I do anime, video games, cartoons, movies. I done bars about science, math, shit like that. Really, it's more like, stuff that'll make you think, for real.
Okay. So now, as far as in battle rap, did you choose to come with nerd bars, or is that just basically how you just popped in?
Nah. Okay. So with that, it's not really something that I just popped in with, and it's not something that I really just chose to do. It's more so I really only rap, shit that I know about, shit that I live. I wake up Saturday, I woke up this morning and grabbed me a bowl of, well, I didn't grab no bowl of cereal. I grabbed a bowl of ramen, right? With some bowl of quick noodles.
Okay.
Watched me a couple cartoons, and then went out and did my business that I needed to do. Then I go home, I play Xbox. Hell, I was playing Hogwarts Legacy today.
Okay. Most good.
So it's just who I am. So I rap what I am.
Okay. So now, do you feel like because you're a nerve bar rapper, do you feel like a lot of your opponents don't take you serious as far as like the folks that are with all the gun bars and stuff like that?
Kind of, sort of, cause cause nowadays with battle rap, believability is a factor for people,
Yeah.
and nobody really believes that the person rapping about Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon is gonna be the nigga to duff you in the face and knock you the fuck out.
Truth talk.
So
Truth talk.
I think sometimes they do kind of take that and just be like, man, he ain't really all like that. Um, I just gun bar him a little bit. Ain't nobody really gonna be feeling that nerd shit. And then I'll do whatever I have, and it's referencing shit that a lot of hood niggas actually grew up on. Like, yo, I remember watching fucking Thundercats as a kid. Like, that's crazy how he did that shit.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So now let me ask you this: which do you prefer, like doing music or battle rapping?
Honestly, I like doing both. I really like doing both. Really, at this point, I really just like to rap, whether it be music or battle rap. I just like, I'm constantly rapping, like whether I'm at home, at work,
Mm-hmm.
out driving somewhere. I'm constantly coming up with some type of bar, whether it be for battles or for a song. I just love to rap, man.
Okay. So now, again, as far as like with battle rap, do you feel it's easy for you to write your rounds, like for your opponents, or like do you ever have any kind of difficulties, like just really coming up with the content of what you're going to come to the ring with?
Um, it's different for every opponent. Some opponents it is easier to write for.
Mm-hmm.
Some it's a little bit more difficult. Um, I do find it to be easier to write for somebody if they irritate me a little bit, because at that point it's like, all right, well now I gotta fuck you up. You done irritated me.
True.
But but then again, it's also like the excitement factor for a battle. Like when I battled Spade, like that's a battle that I wanted. I've known him for years, so
Okay.
I'm like, all right, I want to battle him. I got all these ideas that I want to come up with. Let me write all these different ideas down. But then I have somebody like my Boom. It was a little bit harder to write for him because what I'm saying. It wasn't I wasn't really that too excited for the battle. And it did like it's no shade to him or nothing like that. Like it ain't no shade to him. I just like it was at a point where the ops kept getting switched out at one point,
Okay.
and I just started to lose the excitement for the battle. So it was a little bit more difficult to write for him.
Mhm.
But you know, it's real easy to write for somebody when you're excited for the battle. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. So now, because I see what y'all have to go through as battle rappers, how frustrating is it when your opponent don't show up and you can put all this work into your rounds?
Um, it can be real frustrating. I ain't gonna lie to you, but at the same time, if I have something that would have been crazy in that battle, let's say my op didn't show up, if we don't plan on rescheduling that battle, I'll try to find a way to get whatever I had that was gonna be crazy for that battle. I'll repurpose it, rework it, make sure I got it wrote down somewhere so that I can say, okay, maybe this could work for this opponent if I change up, certain aspects of it and still make it hit. You know what I'm saying? So
Most definitely.
it's a little frustrating, but it keeps me with, stuff tucked just in case I do have something come up where I'm like, okay, I need something crazy for this. Oh, I remember I had this bar for this person. They didn't show up, so I can use it here.
Okay. Now, you've had a lot of battles in the time that you've been doing stage battles and in the room battles. So, like, as far as getting booked out of town, like, do you find it easy or a little complicated?
Nah, it ain't really too hard. It's really more so making sure it align with the schedule. That's really the main thing. Like I've been, I've I've had the offers, to like I've been to Florida twice. They offered me to those places. I had the free time so I could do it. So I went and did those. I've had the offer to go to Virginia. I went up there. I got no showed up there, so fuck you, Smooth. No. I mean, I still went. The event was fire, but I've had the opportunity. Well, I was invited to New York like twice, 2 or 3 times. Detroit, even Canada. So
Okay.
it's not really like too difficult really to get a plate out of state. It's just making sure that it align with the schedule and funds is right. I can make sure all my traveling and all that is taken care of. Like I want to make sure all that is taken care of ahead of time. I ain't trying to figure that shit out last minute because the price gonna skyrocket.
Right. So let me change the tone a little bit while we're talking about battle rap. How do you feel about battlers stealing other people's bars?
I think that's whack as fuck for real. I think it's kind of crazy, bro. Like I think that shit kind of like I don't like if you blatantly like see somebody's bar, you take it. Like why? But let's say y'all had like you come up with something that's similar. Like maybe you might not have seen a certain person's battle or whatever, but y'all had something similar. Like, okay, it's kind of, I understand that. It happens. Niggas tend to think about the same shit sometimes. It happens.
Okay. All right. So now, with the music.
Yeah.
What made you want to, like, I know you say you like rapping, but what made you want to make it a more than just a hobby? Or is it still just a hobby?
Well, it's more than just a hobby. I would love to be able to do it for a living. But really, my pops got me into it because he did 20 years in the military. But while he was in there, like he would be in talent shows. He would be writing, raps. He used to, make beats and all that. Like my first song I ever dropped was on a old beat my pops made. So, really, it's more like my pops got me into rap. I always knew I had like a certain taste for music because I come from a real musical family. Like my mom's a singer. She can sing her ass off. My pops beats rapper. My youngest brother, he actually plays a bunch of different saxophones. Grandparents in the choir, all that. So, I come from a real musical family.
Word. So now, does your pop still make beats?
Nah, he don't make beats like that no more. He too busy with one of his 40 million hobbies that he got. So
Okay. So now, because you said you want to make it a career.
Yeah.
Like, so do you want to be a strictly independent artist throughout that career, or do you think that maybe if an offer comes up that you would sign with a major label?
For me, it can be either or. I would, as long as I can take care of myself and my family, it can be either or. Whichever one works for that. If a label comes to me and it's like the deal ain't too crazy, I ain't gotta go jump through a bunch of different fucking hoops. I can still make the music I want to make,
right,
and not have too many people interfering with that. All right, cool, but you know what I'm saying. Or if it's the independent route, I do everything on my own. I take care of all of that.
Okay.
I do it that way. Just whatever whatever lets me take care of my fam, and I can still create what I want to create. And I don't gotta, answer to too many people to do what I want to do.
Okay. So again, I'm gonna change the tone of the topic. Keeping up with current events that's happening in the rap game. How do you feel about the people that either have been accused of or have confirmed that at some point in time they've snitched? Like, because it's a big deal apparently about listening to people's music that are quote unquote snitches. Like, what's your take on that topic in itself?
I mean, personally speaking, if there's a dope song, if it's a fire song, I mean, I'm gonna listen to the fire song. If it's a fire song, it's a fire song. We can't take away the fact that it's a fire song. Now, what that person got going on in their personal life, that's on them. I don't have nothing to do with that. That's their thing. I literally only care about them because of the music. If it wasn't for the music and I don't know them personally, then it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay, that's what's up. So now you got a project that's out.
Yes.
Tell the people the name of the project.
It is actually called. It started out originally. It was started out as it was gonna be called something else, but because of distribution and whatnot, they wouldn't allow me to call it that, so I had to change it to. It's called Fayetteville now. It started out. It was gonna be called 910-705-1813. Yeah, that's what it was originally. But distribution and everything wouldn't allow me to have the album with the numbers like that. So I had to change it up.
So now, what was the symbolism behind the original title?
It's a phone number.
Okay.
It's a phone number.
So you following the Mike Jones approach with it? Or?
Yeah, it was my number. Like it was my number. It was my number. I ain't gonna hide it. It was my number.
Okay.
Yeah, like cause the whole thing about the album, it was basically just it's me. The album is me. So I figured, you know what? Why not name it about something that has to do with me? Right. So I just made it my phone number.
That's a dope concept. Definitely. So now it's on all platforms?
Yes, sir. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. Basically anywhere you get music, it's on there. Except SoundCloud. Don't look for it on SoundCloud. It ain't on there.
Okay. All right. So now, with making music, like, how important is it to you to not fall into the mainstream that music is in now? Like, what sets you, in your opinion, what sets you apart from everybody else?
Thing that sets me apart from everybody else is I'm just me. I do what I want. It's whether it sounds mainstream or not, it's me. It's genuinely me. So like if the songs sound like it might be poppy a little bit, then at that time I just felt like making pop music. It's just what I was in the mood to do. If it sound like some real aggressive gangster shit, then I was on that type time at the time. So I don't really care about too much about falling into that label category of mainstream, because I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna make what I want to make. I make what I want to hear. So
okay. So now, aside from your pops, who are some of the influences you've had that helped kind of push you along to want to do music more?
I will say my mom, she was a big influence to help kind of push it along, because she had always seen me, writing a couple things here and there. Because back in high school, I would do I would write little poetry stuff for like extra credit in English class because I wasn't doing shit. And she had seen some of them. She was like, "Yo, these are good." You know what I'm saying? Just keep working on that. So eventually, I just kept going with that. Ended up putting those to beats. And it turned into music. And then once I got to my senior year in high school, my homie Primero, shout out to you, he basically hit me up for like my first official like collab track. And we ended up performing that live at school.
Okay.
So it was dope. I was stiff as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie, because I had never been on stage before, man. I'm senior, my last year of high school, but it's my first year at this school because we had just moved to Texas and shit. So I'm the new kid, everything. Like I don't know these niggas, bro. So, but it ended up being dope. Made me fall in love with the stage.
Okay. So now with the music performances, like, what are some of the things you do to perfect your craft with the performances?
When I rehearse my shit, if I know I'm doing it live, I rehearse it how I'm gonna perform it. That's my big thing. If I know for a fact at the show I'm gonna be hyped, or whatever, I rehearse it like I'm gonna be hype. Like I'm gonna be tired as fuck afterwards, but I rehearse it like as if it was the live show. That's a big thing for me.
So now, do you feel that participating in the artist showcases could help you with developing your performances?
I feel like it can. I feel like it can. It's more, you know, you just gotta get out there and do it. You can't really get better without doing it. So you just gotta get out there and do it. Whether it's an artist showcase or you just, you know, you at, you know, a house party and niggas is rapping or whatever, you just start doing some shit.
Okay.
Just actually do it.
So now, aside from music, is there any other lanes that you're thinking about venturing into, like either fashion or photography or just anything? Like, aside from music, what is it that you want to do?
I'm real big on video games. Like I be on Twitch. I stream on Twitch. I would venture into fashion, but my thing is I don't usually give a fuck. I don't. I really don't. I do like. I'm really big into the art stuff. I tend to draw a lot. I just recently started getting back into digital art, relearning computer animation, because that was something I was learning in high school. That was something I actually wanted to do as a career at one point.
Okay.
So it's more really anything dealing with art. You know, I fuck with it heavy.
Most stuff. So we're gonna switch back to battle rap real quick, like before we get out of here.
All right.
For anybody out there that thinks they can battle rap or is interested in getting into battle rap, like what are some of the things you would offer them to take into consideration as far as like any kind of advice?
Know your crowd. Know the crowd that's gonna hear it. Know your opponent. Know what their strengths are. Know what your strengths are and what you're good at. If you're good at wordplay, do that. Don't try to step too far outside of your box until you're comfortable with it. If you are comfortable, once you get comfortable with that and you know your op, let's say they're good at wordplay, but you're more punchline heavy, you know, try to flip, you know, the punchline into being a little wordplayish, you know what I'm saying? They're a performer, perform with them a little bit. Get good with that. Don't try to set yourself into a little box. Try to be able to step outside of your box and do it well. Don't just do it good, do it well. And also if you just getting started, man, just do it. Don't be scared.
Okay. So one last question.
Alright.
Because we both know that battle rap is real disrespectful. We both know this. So how do you deal with like if somebody gets a little too personal, like talking about parents, a dead homie, you know, like situations like that? Like how do you handle if it's happened to you? And what advice do you have for people that may be on the receiving end of that kind of disrespect?
All right, so for my advice for anybody on the receiving end of that, try not to let it get too into your head, because it will throw you off. It happens. People will be disrespectful. Me personally, it's not too much anybody can really say to me personally that's gonna really get me out of character like that. It's really only like 2 topics. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is.
Don't talk about it, bro.
Nah, it ain't too much you can really say to me that's gonna get me out of pocket like that. But you know what I'm saying? if it does get to that point, then at that point I'm like, all right, nah, fuck it. You got to see me outside at this point. But nah, just try not to let it get to you too heavy. It will throw you off. Battle rap it can get real disrespectful. Me personally, I don't like to do it personally. Just simply because I know the type of person that I am. I wouldn't want nobody doing no shit like that to me, bringing up like dead homies, dead relatives, no shit like that. So I'm not gonna go out here and do some shit like that to somebody else. Like if I'm battling somebody, I'm battling that person. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
but you know, it happens. It happens.
Most definitely. So now, any shout outs you want to give?
Mike Fights. Shout out to Mike Fights. Star City for having me, you know, trying to get me out here, get a battle for them. Gold Mike Bars. Shout out to them. Shout out to Day One on Humble Shit Only. Let's see. Man, fuck it. Shout out to me, man. I'm just that nigga. Fuck it. Shout out to me.
That's all the shout outs you want to give? You sure?
It's hella people that I could shout out. Like,
give me 3 more.
3 more. Shout out to that nigga Cutter P. That nigga a hell of a DJ for real.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk shit about him a little bit at the next event, but shout out to Cutter P. Also, I wanna shout out Let's Talk About It. Because they did help me get one of my bigger plates that I had. So, you know, shout out YM and Let's Talk About It. Shout out Suge Diddy for real. You know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate that.
Yeah, shout out Suge Diddy.
I
Man, help me start out.
I wasn't expecting me to be included in there.
Yeah,
I appreciate it though.
out.
But before we go, because you said something about your biggest battle, who was the biggest battle that you had?
Biggest battle that I had would be Chef Trez, URL battler. It was a fun battle for real. I ain't even gonna lie, it was fun. It wasn't the most fun battle I had, but it was the biggest battle I had. Most fun battle I had was versus Spade. That battle was fun as fuck.
Well, what made it fun?
It's one that I had been wanting. You know, he actually didn't, you know, come in there and play with me. He actually came and rapped with me. You know what I'm saying? He actually took me serious. You know, he's the bro. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, like little bro going up to people like, yo, I think I can beat you. Now you have to see me in the backyard type shit. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. And, you know, so it was just fun for me. So that's that.
Okay. Oh, and before I got one more. So now, when you feel that your opponent don't take you serious and gives like a bad performance, like what's the feeling on that for you?
Honestly, it doesn't make me mad or nothing like that. It's more so a disappointment thing. Cause like, bro, if you wasn't gonna take me serious, like why would you even agree to it? You feel me? Like it's like, let's say you just agreed to battle me just to stay on the card type shit. Like, what the fuck? We could have found you somebody else if you weren't gonna take me serious.
Word. Now, kicking off of that, then what are some of the things that would make you be willing to take a battle versus not even consider it?
Something that'll make me willing to take a battle. It is for one, it's gotta make sense. It's gotta make sense. I'm not, you know, can't just be battling. You know what I'm saying? Random Joe Schmo off the street type shit. It's gotta be, you know, it gotta excite me at least a little bit. It's gotta make me want to rap at least a little bit. And if all else fails, you can always pay me. That will always work.
Okay.
Niggas got bills in there. I can't. I got shit I got to pay for.
Most definitely.
I gotta take time out of my day and my work schedule to write for you, nigga. I'm gonna need to be compensated somehow.
I feel you on that, most definitely. Well, Contakz, I appreciate you, brother, for, you know what I'm saying, agreeing to this interview.
No problem.
And definitely wish you much more success than you've already been accomplishing.
Yeah, most
And next time you battle, we're definitely going to be looking for that footage.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure you get the DJ. your music.
Yeah,
So
I'm
we
gonna
can
get
you
I'm
out
gonna get the
there.
DJ my music. Now, all right, look. So niggas don't know that I be having music and shit like that. So I gotta get them. I'm gonna send them all I'm gonna send them all the links to some of my best shit. I'm not sending them nothing that's mid because we don't fuck with Reggie out here. Gas only.
Well, again, appreciate you coming on the show, and we definitely gonna be following you, keeping up with your music in case you know what I'm saying, get to working too much, you can't share your music with us, so we're gonna make sure we get you out there.
Yeah.
And man, hey, it's the Grind Infotainment. We out.
Hey.